Welcome to The Day I Found Myself with host Cynthia Newell. Life is a series of events designed to help us grow and evolve. This inspirational show is about self-discovery, inner healing, and triumph. Let's dive in. Hey everybody, welcome back to The Day I Found Myself with your host, Cynthia Newell. I'm so grateful that you decided to come and be a part of today's show. I have a treat in store for you. Now, if you remember on last show, I was talking about the day I found myself losing her. And I was talking about my best friend, Darlene Renee Boyd, who had passed away from cancer. But today we're talking about the day I found myself loving her. And I know you see this gorgeous person sitting next to me. I want to introduce the world to my best friend of 30 years, Miss Miah L. Darris. I was about to call you Ward because I'm so used to that.
And that's cool.
That's fine.
That's fine.
Okay.
But you didn't have to say that middle though.
Oh,
yeah.
That's nice though. That's one of them old school names. Yeah, Lynn.
Okay.
Yeah, like Patricia, or Valerie.
Really?
Okay.
What's your middle name?
Sherelle. It's up to date. But anyway.
So is it Cynthia Sherelle?
You know what? No, we're not doing it today. So listen, y'all, I have a treat in store for y'all. We are going to just have some good old candid conversation. And I know that some of you all can relate to the things that we're going to talk about. I was asking Miah before we started, I'm like, will we consider ourselves middle-aged? I'm 46 and Miah is, how old are you?
A year older.
Okay. And so I think we're middle-aged, but I know in the time that we've been here, we've been through a lot. And I'm excited for us to share not just our journey, but our friendship and how we've helped each other go through the different phases of life, the things that we've learned, the wisdom that we've garnered. So we're going to take a quick break, but I want you to come right back so we can dive into some delicious conversation. Welcome to The Day I Found Myself with host Cynthia Newell. Life is a series of events designed to help us grow and evolve. This inspirational show is about self-discovery, inner healing, and triumph. Let's dive in. Hey everybody, welcome back to The Day I Found Myself with your host, Cynthia Newell. I'm so grateful that you decided to come and all right, welcome back everybody to The Day I Found Myself. I am sitting here with my best friend Miah of 30 years. Miah, why don't you tell the people how we met? How did we meet?
In school.
Oh, you don't want to tell them the longer version of how we met? When we was in health, what school? Jenny's High School.
94, baby. Ew, ew, ew.
I know Miah from a can of paint. We in health class, and Miah come up to me. What you say, Miah? What was we doing in health class? Come on, tell the story. Anime.
Okay.
Eat the cake.
Eat the cake, anime. Man, okay, so actually how I met you was I think you was cheating on my paper.
Oh, that's the version we going with today.
No. I am kidding. I'm joking. No, actually, this is gonna bring out something in me that I wasn't ready for.
Oh, come on. We bringing it, y'all. We gonna have some good conversation.
Okay, so I met you, and I never forget, in health class. Jenny Senior High School. And we had a test one day, you know, I ain't necessarily study for the test.
What was the teacher name? Her line started all the way back here. No, that was Miss Thompson. Miss Thompson.
Oh.
She had that. Okay, anyway, go ahead. Tell the story. Go ahead.
So it was this test, and I needed a certain grade so I can pass, so I wouldn't fail health. Who fails health? How can you fail health?
Right.
Don't judge me.
Okay, we won't.
Okay, so my best friend, I don't really knew she knew all the answers and stuff, because she prepared, she studied, she
Did I look like a nerd or something?
No, you didn't. Not at
Oh.
all. You were just smart, and I knew that, and that's what honestly attracted me to you because you were a smart female and a smart individual. And you know, sometimes I think I'm smart too sometimes.
Yeah.
Not really. But
She was the life of the party, y'all. She was the life of the party. So so she asked me, what you asked me, what's the answer to
So it kind of went a little something like this. Hit it. Okay. So we were in our test. We were doing our test, and I was like, okay, whatever the question was, and I said, hey, what's number one? She said, hey. I said,
oh my God.
Cynthia. Hey. What's number two? She's like, B. Leave me alone.
I ain't tell you I probably
Yeah,
did.
you
Knowing
did.
me, I was trying to concentrate on my test.
So I left her alone for about what? About
a minute. About a minute.
Hey, Cynthia. Psst. What's number three?
And I'm surprised we remember that.
Yes.
I'm surprised we remember that.
Yes.
So then what, like, I gave you the answers and then, I don't know, it's just like the rest was history after that. We just kind of, we just meshed, you know. Miah and Cynthia, you know, Jenny Senior High here in St. Louis.
94.
Yes, and wherever Miah was, that's where I was. And if we was apart, you could tell when we came back together. We had this thing called the breezeway. For those. Yes. Oh my God. We would just be, and everybody be like, what is wrong with them? Why are they doing? But we was just like that. It was like from the start of our friendship, we just fell into our roles. I was I was quiet, but being with Miah, it was like it just brought the wild side of me out. Like, and what I love about our friendship is that we don't try to make each other be somebody that we're not.
Absolutely.
You know, when I'm with Miah, I could be goofy, crack all jokes, and definitely she gonna do that. She like to kick it. She like to bring the fun, you know. But
I do.
I would say that our friendship has had it's been like an even keel. Would you say, or would you say we've been through some ups and downs?
Downs and ups.
Downs and ups.
Mm-hmm.
What was one of our downs? Enlighten me.
You wouldn't let me cheat off your paper.
Girl. So
that was my down. I'm like, shh. Well, no. Just seriously, like building our friendship.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, we had to learn each other.
We did. We
like,
really did.
Seriously, and we had to respect one another's boundaries. Like, because I'm going to have her stay out because I love her energy. I love, like, it feels good to me. So I'm like, come on, let's stay out. But she be tired. She be ready to go home.
Can y'all imagine a morning person trying to stay up to the wee hours of the morning? Like, I am a night person, I'm a morning person. So when it get about 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock at night, I'm ready to go to bed because I'm getting up at 4 in the morning to just be, you know. But yeah, I think like when I think about through the years, compromise was definitely one of our things that we had to work through because, you know, you want to see your friends happy or whatever, but you have to be able to have those grown women conversations. Look, I'm tired. I'm going to bed. And then she have to be able to understand and accept, look, this is not her, you know, she older. We middle aged now. No, I'm just kidding. But
down the valley, through the hill.
Oh my God. But we done been through a lot of stuff. Ooh. Like I remember when I got married and how my best friend, she was there, you know, did you come to the wedding? Was you at the wedding? You wasn't at the wedding.
We weren't talking about the wedding.
You remember what happened at the wedding? She don't remember, y'all. She trying to stall. But let me tell y'all what happened at my wedding. So you know how when you at the wedding and the minister asks, and my grandfather had married me and my husband at the time, if anybody don't want to see these two married, stand up now for heaven, hold your peace. So right after he said that, why my soon-to-be husband, auntie, stand up and say, I don't mean to be rude, but the bride is standing on the wrong side. I thought that was just the most inappropriate, disrespectful, cold-hearted thing to do. You know, but anyway, but we've both been married. We've seen our share of challenges with marriage. And one of the things I want to talk about today is these, we go reverse engineer. We're going to go backwards.
Okay.
Middle-age sagas. Like, I got a text from my mother not too long ago, told me that I left the stove on. It's the second time I done it. And in my mind, I'm standing at the stove and I'm like, don't forget to turn this eye off, because I had 3 eyes on, but I was only using 2. Don't forget. And I was real adamant about don't forget. And lo and behold, I forgot. And I get worried sometimes because I'm like, is my memory slipping? You know, what's some middle-aged sagas that you dealing with right now?
First of all, what does saga mean?
Oh my
That's
God.
a big word for me. The saga of it all.
Issues,
Okay,
problems, challenges. Okay.
Okay, so I guess you can see the difference. Like saga for me, just say issues. You know your best friend. Don't be trying to give me these big words on camera, but okay, the saga. Thank you for teaching me.
I'm a poet, and you know, poets, we love words, right?
Absolutely.
Okay.
And I get that. Okay, what's the saga?
What you dealing with right now?
Life.
Meaning
marriage, motherhood, trying to find myself, just trying to find balance in between the two. You know, it's a lot being a woman.
Yeah.
You know.
Why you say that though? Why is it a lot? I have my reasons why I think it's a lot, but what's yours?
Some women, okay, so I'm going to speak from me, and that's all I can speak about and what I've been through. It was hard trying to balance being a wife, being a mother, trying to find myself at the same time, and growing up where I didn't know better. You know what I'm saying? Meaning, you know, I'm supposed to live like this, but I feel like this, and this ain't right, and you know what I'm saying? And trying to be a people pleaser and putting myself, I felt like I needed to put myself on the back burner for others to succeed.
Right, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But growing up, that's what I was taught, and that's what I was shown.
So when did you get to a point where you was like, this not working for me no more?
Yesterday.
Nah, I think it was like maybe 2-3 years ago.
No, meaning fully more understanding.
Okay.
Now, probably a couple years ago, yes. It's like, but something had to happen in my life for that to take place. And it was like I lost me and I wanted to find me again, who I am. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then learning the new version of me as well.
Yeah. And I can identify with the part that you talk about trying to be who people say you should be. Like, I know when I got married, there was like an identity of what a wife is supposed to be. And so I tried to create that environment. But when I got married, I really didn't know what I was doing per se. Like, I had an idea looking at the people. I grew up in the church. We both grew up in church. But I had an idea from what those people presented, what marriage was. But I didn't know enough about me to be entering into a marriage, you know. And so it just happens where you just find yourself in these roles, and there's so much of you that needs to be uncovered. And then you just do it for so long where you push yourself aside to one day it's just like, I can't do this anymore. And that happened for me at about 30. I was about 30 years old. Now, granted, there was some infidelity in the marriage, but I just felt like I just couldn't do that part of me anymore. It was like I had built my life on a false notion of what life is really all about. You know, I remember us kind of losing touch in that time frame, you know, and it was difficult because you need somebody that you could talk to, that could talk you through things. But that's what happens in friendships. You know, sometimes you'll go down separate paths and then you'll come back together. But one of the things I wanted to talk about, you said something, was motherhood. Like you and I, we've had this conversation before. So both of our last children, we did not want to have those children, right? How did you work through, because your son, he's now 12?
20.
Oh, you ain't want kids, period. That's right.
Yeah.
Okay. So so when we come back, let's take a break real quick. When we come back, we're going to talk about how we both kind of dealt with having children that we really didn't want to have, but they're here now, and how we're dealing with that aspect of life. So make sure you join us. We'll be back in a few.
Welcome to The Day I Found Myself with host Cynthia Newell. Life is a series of events designed to help us grow and evolve. This inspirational show is about self-discovery, inner healing, and triumph. Let's dive in.
All right, y'all, welcome back. So I had to get Miah straight and let her know that this is not no interview and that we are having a conversation. So what you want to ask me? What you want to say to me? Hey, y'all, welcome back. So we're digging into some deep conversation here. Before the break, I had mentioned that neither Miah nor myself I wanted children, but the last child I had, I was not wanting to be have any more kids. She didn't want kids, period, and she has 2. And so I just wanted to talk through that. Like, what has been your experience with your boys, knowing that you didn't want children, but they're here now? How has y'all relationship been? What's it been like for you?
It's been tough, definitely, over the years.
Well, first, why didn't you want kids?
Because I feel like I couldn't raise them correctly. And I didn't want to bring another person in this world that I didn't know how to raise properly. I just wanted what I wanted at the time, too. Like, I like to party. I like to have a good time. And I know that would have stopped, you know, what I wanted.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So.
Yeah. So how did you feel conflicted, like when you did have your first child?
Oh, when I had my first son, it flipped. It changed. It was like, oh, this is my son. I love him. Oh, my goodness. You know, but before I can remember, before having him, how my parents treated me.
Because you was what? We were still in high school when you had him, right?
Yes. I was 19.
Okay,
when I
so
had
a little
him.
bit after high school. Okay. What you mean they treated you different?
They said basically, like, I think it was more so of an embarrassment for them versus showing me love at the time. because like I say, we grew up in the church. You don't do that. How
Right.
dare you? You're supposed to get married before you have
Right.
kids. It was a big ordeal. Like, no. But I feel like my parents, I was an embarrassment to them because of what they said to me. And at that point, it was not about embarrassment. It was me trying to find love in the wrong places.
Yeah, I
You know what I'm
mean,
saying?
because having a child, that's scary. I mean, I was a little bit older. I think I was 21
Yeah.
when I had, or 20, and then she came at 21. But it's a scary thing. So you didn't want children. You end up having a child. So when he get here, you're like, oh, this my baby.
Yes.
Did it stay like that, or what kind of?
Yes. I mean, I did the best that I could. A 19-year-old mother working 2 jobs, trying to provide for her kid. You know what I'm saying? As a single parent. It was definitely tough. I had to do what I had to do, you know, to raise him.
Did
I
you ever
love
feel
him?
conflicted?
At times I did. Yeah. A lot of the times I did. I felt like I internalized it more than anything. Like, I didn't want to push that off on my son, but I internalized. There's a lot of stuff that I hold. You know what I'm saying? That I don't want to put on my son. I don't want to put that on his mental of what we went through coming up. You know what I'm saying? So, yes, I definitely feel conflicted, but I internalized the confliction, if that makes sense.
Yeah. So how is y'all relationship now?
I personally feel like it could be better. You know what I'm saying? Like, I love my son. We don't talk as much. For whatever reason, we don't talk. I know that I wasn't the perfect, you know, parent, but I did what I had to do to get through. And sometimes when you don't even know how to raise yourself, how are you going to raise another human being? But I wouldn't, you know, it's not my son's fault, you know what I'm saying? And I welcome whatever he has to say to me, because I want to recognize his emotions and feelings, because I didn't get to do that as a child. It was like, shut up and just do what you told to do. And it's like, I still have emotions and feelings, and I don't want my son to feel like he can never come to me and say some things. Now, did I do that in the past where he probably feel like, man, I can't talk to my mama, but if this is a different version of me, you get what I'm saying?
Right. But I don't think our kids see us as people. Like, you know, even if sometimes I know through the years with me and my mother, I had to learn how to see her not just as mama, but she's a whole person, and I'm excited to have her on next show, you know, where we're gonna talk candidly about some stuff. But yeah, it's like, you know, my daughters, they're 24 and 25. They'll be 25 and 26 this year. But as a mother, like, when you're raising your children, you're doing the very best that you can do raising them, but they don't see it that way. They, you know, interpret it other ways, which, I mean, I get it, because that's what we did with our parents.
Yeah.
You know,
Facts.
my mother was the type where if she tell you to be quiet, she was not strict, but she was like, when I tell you to do something, do it, you know, because in her time, it was, we didn't have time for all that explaining.
Right.
You know, if we're in danger, then we need you to be able to obey and do what we tell you to do.
Right.
You know, so.
That's a cute way of putting it.
Yeah. I mean,
I
for
like
real. So when we come back, we're going to talk more about this motherhood piece, and then we're going to dive into reinventing ourselves. Be back, y'all.
So I just want you guys to just follow LoveCon Network. That's LUVCON Network on Facebook and Instagram. We're getting the content and stuff together slowly but surely, but I promise you it's coming. We do like a lot of comedy shows because laughter is our medicine. So follow LoveCon Network on Facebook and Instagram.
Hey, y'all, I want y'all to stay tuned for part 2. Like, this
conversation has been good, but we're going to talk a little bit more about a lot more things. So join us next week for part 2.